Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's not Oni again. I know some of you might have missed me because I've not posted for a while, but don't worry, it's all because I've been working on something behind the scene. And very soon I'm going to bring it to the limelight so you can see and be motivated. Like I said, I'm back. Today I'll be sharing with you how I was able to pass Nclex at 75 question and at my first sitting. And you watching me can be a partaker. First, there is a God factor. Yeah, God saw me through. He started with me and he ended it well with me. There is nothing God will start in your life and he will not end it in a victorious way. So therefore, I don't think there is anyone that can do Nclex. The Nclex that I know, the Nclex that I did without knowing God. If you don't know God so well and you have come across this my video now, please hold him for this journey. Just hold him and see what he's going to do in your life. One thing Nclex taught me is having a study plan, and that is it. Even back in nursing school, if you don't have a study plan, you will end up being unorganized. Anything can go. Yes, anything can go, but not all the time. So for this process, you need to draft a study plan. And I know most of us who are into this Nclex process are full-time nurses. It's just on rare occasion you see a nurse that is not working, that she took some off time to study for Nclex, or someone who is doing a part-time job. But for my full-time nurses, yes, I did it being a full-time nurse, and I know you can do it being a full-time nurse. Please have a study plan. At work, at your free time, during your break hours, always get busy. Write out the system and what you expect yourself to cover every day. Yes, and another thing I would like to chip into this study plan is consistency. Nclex requires you to be consistent. You don't study today, then you don't study tomorrow. You study today, it takes you some days to come back again. If you actually want to do this and do it right, you have to be very, very consistent. So back to the study plan, you can draft based on system. Nclex has a lot to study. Like when I mean a lot, it's so vague, a lot. And with that a lot, people have made it, and I know you can make it. So you can write out the system, take it one after the other. There are some days you need to read. There are some days you would like to text yourself on the questions concerning that topic that you have read so far. You check yourself, check your grade. If your scores are low, you can start to retry that same question in that particular system after some time. Okay, we all have our weaknesses and our strengths. It's all about consistency. The more you do it, the more it becomes part of you. So my dear, practice question is a must and it's part of your study plan. For my beginners, I would like you to know how to build content. I would like you to build content. I need you to wear content like clothes. If you know your content, your Nclex content very well, I bet you no question will shake you. Yes, take it from me. If you know your content so well, you won't be scared of case studies, SATA, and all of it. So when I mean building content, it means it still refers back to you having or drafting a study plan. Okay, content also involves you reading textbooks, doing classes, watching videos. There's a lot of videos online, so I'm just going to list the ones that I made use of and yielded me something. Market audios. Market has 12 videos. Okay, so I would like you to listen to it. It's very, very okay and wonderful. Then on YouTube, you can watch Simple Nursing. You can watch RN Sarah, registered nurse Sarah. That lady knows what she's doing. Yeah, she knows her onion very well. Then coming to textbooks, yeah, people do read Saunders, but I personally, I didn't do Saunders. And I'm not trying to discourage people who are into Saunders. Reason being that I was a full-time nurse then, and trying to juggle work, study, family. I can't see myself coming back to read a very bogus textbook like that. I'll just sleep off on it. That's being sincere. And before then, I had a colleague who wrote and then read Saunders. I said, okay, so it's possible to do Nclex without Saunders, then I'll give it a shot. And I didn't do so. I didn't read Saunders. All I used to build my content then was the YouTube video I just mentioned, the market audio. Then on Spotify, I listened to Dr. Z audios. Yes, his audios are very good. So when you get to Spotify, don't just play music, search for Nclex content. Other than the thing I've just listed that can help you build content. There is also Nclex paid classes. My hub is mainly into Nclex essential process. That is CGFNL from start to finish. There's a lot of Nclex Academy out there. Try and get into one, get focused. Usually a paid class. I know money is not easy to come by, especially for my foreign trained nurses, but you can do it. So try and do at least 2 to 3 of their classes, if possible, finish the whole 4 classes. Then a month or 2 months before your exam, I always suggest this for my clients. Yes, if you're my client watching this and you're past Nclex, you will know that I do tell you people this. Get one-on-one tutor. It's kind of a, how do I put it, personal lessons. But this person is not going to do teaching for you, though they chip in teaching, but the person is going to monitor you, see your grade, see your weakness, see your strengths. Okay, so try and get, or try and do one-on-one tutorial before your exam. It helps. Yeah, I have a very good testimony from the person that did mine for me. There is a disease condition, I can't remember now because it's been over 2 years I wrote my Nclex. There is a disease condition I heard from her for the first time. Yes, for the first time. She was the one that mentioned it to me. I jotted it down. It's a mental disease condition. I jotted it down, and still a few days to my exam, I still glanced through. Okay, so before I continue with my gist on my testimony, I would like you, or it's very important when you're doing classes, when you're being taught, when you're reading, have a book, have a jotter. I had mine. So please make sure you are writing. Make sure you're jotting things down as you're watching video. Don't just watch video. Our head carries a lot of things. Make sure you pen it down, okay, for referral purposes. So back to what I was saying about the Nclex tutor that made mention of a disease condition that I heard only from her. Even when I did class, even when I watched video, I never heard of that condition. On my exam day, I did not see that condition, but I saw the meaning of the disease condition. Okay, for example, how do I put it? Okay, let's use diabetes insipidus as an example. Yeah, you already know the meaning of diabetes insipidus. It has nothing to do with sugar. Yes, it's when there is an inadequate ADH. Someone suffers from diabetes insipidus. Okay, now you're not seeing diabetes insipidus in the question, but you're seeing the meaning of diabetes insipidus in the options. That was what happened to me. I wasn't seeing the disease condition, but I was not seeing the meaning in the options. I'm like, God, he needs to come true for me. And yeah, he really did. The answer I picked was the correct one. So all I'm trying to say is you have one thing or the other to benefit from all these things I've listed that will help you build content. And I'm just going to go through it again. Go to YouTube. There's a lot of teachers there. I've mentioned them. So try and scroll back and get the teachers, get the name of teachers I mentioned on YouTube. And apart from this one I mentioned, there are other ones, but these are the ones I used and I can actually testify to what they do. Okay, then you do classes, you listen to my K audios, go to Spotify. Okay, and that was how I build content, and it can actually help you. If you're a repeat test taker, I don't want you to back out on this journey. It's actually worth it. Take it from me. Yes, you see, this process is actually worth it. All I tell people is, for those who are repeat test takers, re-strategize, contact your board, get your test report. Some people don't even know that after your exam and something happened and you didn't make it, you can actually request for your test report. So you need to contact your board, let them send your test report to you. But for those who passed, don't bother asking for it because they will not give it to you. So in your test report, you see near passing, below passing, and the ones you passed, because they grade it based on, I think it's topic or something, or based on Nclex level. It will help. So all I'm trying to say is be motivated. Be motivated. You can do this. That I didn't make it at first doesn't make you less of a nurse. For you to pass through nursing school and get to where you are today, you are the real MVP. So please don't back out on this channel. Another material that I use that I would like to mention here is question banks. In my previous video, I listed the question banks that I used. I used majorly UWord Archer. Yes, UWord is very good. It helps you to build your content very well. They give detailed explanations on on each options. Their rationale is top notch. Then Acha is also fine, very okay. Acha is very tricky. Their questions are not simple like your questions, because I see your questions are simple, but when they're trying to dissect their rationale, you won't get more than what the question requires of you. Then there is also simple nursing, but I didn't actually use simple nursing because to me, simple nursing is more like you would. But if you're using simple nursing, you're on the go. And please don't forget that during my time, it was old generation Nclex. So with this new generation Nclex, I would like you to use bootcamp for your case studies. And one thing about case studies, and I will always tell my clients, and I'm also telling you watching this video, master, learn how to answer case study. Know the tips and the tricks. The least number of case study that you will see in your Nclex question is 3. Then the maximum can be 5 or 6. I've actually had a client who had 6 and she failed, but she tried again and she got it again. Yes, she got it again. So all I'm saying is know how to answer case study. If you don't know how to answer case study, it's going to waste your time. And you might end up not even getting that one, getting that particular question. So know how to answer case studies. You cannot even run away from it. Then coming to starter question, anyone you're not sure of, my sister, my brother, pick the one you know, move to the next question. Yes, time is your friend in Nclex, but don't worry about that and sit down and be buying time. Because I've actually had a client, yes, like we all know, time is your friend, but she ran out of time. You know what it means exhausting 4 hours in 75 questions. She didn't even go beyond 75 questions at 4 hours. And when she told me, then we don't have the outcome. I told her, yeah, 75 can people pass at 75, people fail at 75. So that your question under 75 doesn't mean that you passed. Everything is in God's hand. And Nclex is that one exam. Every nurse will testify, those who have written it before, or who always say this, is that one exam that when you write it, you will come out and you still be shaking. You will still not know the outcome. It's just on very few and rare occasions you see somebody that will say, I wrote Nclex and I know I passed. Is that one exam that after writing, your heart will be outside your heart will be outside your chest cavity, waiting to know the outcome. Then you can now calm down. Okay? So you see that period of finishing your exam, waiting for your results. It's really hell. It's really, really. But to God be the glory that I pass and I wish you same. Okay? So my dear, please know how to answer your case studies. Make sure you use a question bank for this process. To me, there is no Nclex without a question bank. Be it UWorld, Archer, Bootcamp, Course Review, anyone. But based on my experience, I will recommend UWorld, I will recommend Archer, and I also recommend Bootcamp for their case studies. Now to the exam day. Yeah, my exam day experience was smooth. I wrote my exam in Sao Paulo, Brazil. But currently there's a closer center in Kenya. But during my time, it's either Philippines, UK, India, or Brazil. So I went for Brazil. On my exam day, I had a cab driver who dropped me off. My exam was in the afternoon, yes. So he dropped me off. I went upstairs. They scanned my, I think, yeah, they scanned my passport. They collected it. That's why, please, especially when it comes to piercing, not even just piercing view, from the beginning of the process, from your credential evaluation, make sure that the name you are using is the same name in your international passport. For most of us women who change our name from our maiden name to our husband's surname, okay, make sure it reflects throughout. Unless you don't want to use your husband's name, you want to use your maiden name throughout, it's still fine. But don't start CGFNS with your maiden name. Then maybe when it gets to piercing view, maybe when it gets to criminal background check, start using your husband's name. You're going to cause commotion for yourself. Okay. So I don't want you to be in that situation whereby the name you use in your to register for Nclex is not the name in your international passport. You will not even be allowed to write that exam. Your international passport is your ticket into that exam hall. So if there is no discrepancy, Otilo. So my dears, they just checked, cross-checked everything, told me where to, they gave me showed me a locker. I put in my items, locked. Yeah, I think I took the key in. Hmm. I was early. I think I still have like an hour before my exam time. So please try and go on time to be relaxed. Me, I went there thinking, okay, I'll still have some time. I didn't even go with book. No. When I was studying for Nclex, um, initially I had my ATT. My ATT expired. I need to apply for another one. And what made me to apply for the second one was I was reading, studying, checking practice questions. I looked around me, there was nothing else to read. I checked my score. I was doing so well. I was like, I need to get up and get another ATT and go ace this exam. And that was actually what prompted me to go and register for Nclex. Okay. So while you are studying, most times you will still not even be convinced within yourself that you are ready for this boost. But take that bold step and face the Nclex. So I came in thinking that I'll still have some time to rest. Oh, but no. They're like, okay, you came early, you can go. I was like, no, it's not yet. I think my exam was 2 p.m. or so. Yeah, either 2 or 1 p.m. So you can go in. That was how I went in. A lady and a guy came, did something on the system. Boom. I think I just did few things. The next thing is number one question. I was like, God. So I'm writing a class like this. So that's how I started. I I was going through on question one. The first 10 to 15 question I got, I don't even know if that thing is Nclex question. Because oh like God, you brought me this far. You cannot fail me, oh. You cannot fail me. I'm very far away from failure at this point. I can't come all the way from Nigeria to Brazil and I'll go home empty handed. This was not the plan I had with you before I left Nigeria. So the question was just so, I don't even know. Like Jesus, 15 questions gone out of 75. Because to me, what I had in mind from the beginning, I said, God, this question is going to end at 75. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't want to go more than 75. Because I just had that feeling in me that when question goes beyond 75, I'll just get tired. And when you're tired answering a question, you just be picking any answer just so that the exam can just end and you leave the place. I don't want that type of feeling. And actually my exam ended at 75 question. Okay, after the 15th question, I started seeing questions that are familiar. Yes, okay, yeah, I'm now answering a class question. Let's see disease condition that I've heard before. And one thing about Nclex is that you might say disease condition you studied or you came across when you were studying. Okay, just know that those questions you saw when you were trying to view content, you will not even see it in exam. They rarely repeat question. They rarely do repeat question. So in one disease condition, in one topic, there is so many questions. But guess what? Yes, I saw one question that I encountered when I was studying for my English. I was like, wow. So they actually repeat question. And yes, they do, but they're very rare. So don't even think it. So question was going at the point, I think after 45 questions, yeah, either 45 or 50, I can't remember exactly. It asked if I want to take a break. I'm like, no, take a break. Eh. I move. I wasn't feeling pressed for me to go use the restroom. I continued, I continued. That was how, boom, 75 questions. And when I got to 70, I was now being like, I need to be extremely sure of my answers. But there was something someone told me, and I think it works that way. I don't know. Towards the, okay, maybe you just have in mind that your exam will stop at 75, but if it doesn't, but from 75, from 70 upward, be careful of the answers you're picking. Because the more correct answers you pick, the higher chances of this computer stopping the exam very soon, as soon as possible. Okay, because this exam, nobody knows how Nclex is marked or their marking scheme. It's just a computer based test. That's why I said do all you can, build your content, learn how to think critically. As a nurse, think critically. What keeps your patient alive? The safest thing to do. Okay, know how to cluster patient care. You need to think critically. Okay, there was a teacher I didn't mention on YouTube, Nclex Crusade. That man helped me on critical thinking as it pertains to Nclex. Yeah, please, you need to learn how to think critically, okay? So towards the 75 question, I was not very, very sure of the answer that I'm picking. I kept picking, and 75 question, trying to click next. It was survey question. Like, oh God, so this is done. And within me, I don't even know if I passed or I didn't, but I kept going. So I said the survey, I didn't do all of it. I did just few, and I logged off. I went to the restroom, said a short prayer, washed my face, and left. I even forgot my jewelry because you're not allowed to go in with this wristwatch, everything. I forgot it in the locker. I even left with their key. Oh, this is exam tension indeed. I left. So when I got downstairs, the security man met me. The one in the Nclex office met me downstairs, said I should come. And he doesn't speak English. So like, why should I follow you? I was trying to communicate. I don't understand Portuguese because in Brazil they speak Portuguese. So I just followed him. Both of us saw ourselves in Nclex office. They were telling me about my locker, the key. I left it. That's how I opened the locker. I collected my jewelry, my wristwatch, and money. And I have to come downstairs again. So while downstairs, I have to call my Nclex tutor, the one-on-one tutor I had. I called her. She didn't even know I went to her because a few days before that day, we stopped talking. She got so many things going on for her. Yeah, she's trying to sort out her immigration process, and she's already in the US. But Specs, if you're saying this, know that I'm really, really grateful for what you did for me. I called the Nclex tutor. She was surprised, shouting that I went to write without telling her. I told her that I knew we were going through some things and let me some space and sort out things myself. So she said, okay, let her check the result for me. Then that was during Nclex, old generation Nclex. Okay. I know some of you might be asking how long I studied for this exam. And one thing I want you to know is before you apply for your ATT, please make sure you have been studying. Make sure you are ready for the Nclex. Because most board issues ATT that doesn't last long. So it's not something you can pay for, get it and you sit down and be ready. At least be 60 to 70% ready, if possible 80% ready before you apply for ATT. So I was reading the process, all this process started in 2021. Yeah, I sent my CJ in 2021. I Everything went through down to 2022. So it was just one step at a time. When money comes, I put it in. Sometimes I take a break, then we strategize and come back again. Okay, so the reading took me like a year plus. But in the first year, from 2021 when I started the process, yeah, July 2021 was when I started the process, down to maybe March, yeah, February, March 2023. I wasn't serious with my reading. I was doing classes on and off, on and off. But in June, I became serious. I was now reading, like I was reading very well. And please, if possible, or not if possible, you need to sacrifice. I went off social media. Yeah. Then the phone I was using has one thing called freezer or something. So I freeze all my social media apps. The only thing I left was WhatsApp. Yes. Because that was where I do my classes. At least it saves you some distraction. Okay. So from June, I studied, it was intense studying. So when you hear people say they study 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know how possible it is, but please, 3 months study, intense study, 4 months intense study. Yes, you can do in class. It's very possible. So I have to study like I did like 6 months. My exam is supposed to be in December. Something came up. I couldn't meet up. Then my ETA expired in January of the following year. I have to apply for another one that's in January. And I wrote my Nclex in February 2023 in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That I did it in 6 months or thereabout doesn't mean you will do that. Yours can be shorter, yours can be more. So don't compare yourself. People have different level of understanding. All I'm trying to say is stick to your plan. Have a study plan. Be focused. Be determined and see line fall in place and places for you. If you're a new subscriber, Thank you for showing me love and support. If you're a returning subscriber, you know you're always welcome. And please do well to share, comment, and subscribe to my page. I'll see you on my next video. Just know that Nclex is doable. Take it from Nas. Bye for now.